from New York. He's got like 5 things right.
Look at what he's doing.
What? I got the Dak thing right. Patriots are back.
The Patriots
are back. You didn't pick the Patriots.
Well, I wasn't 100% sure.
You're not even the best picker in your household.
That's true.
His son went 13 of 13. Documented.
I bet a dime on it.
You serious?
Yeah.
250 to 1.
Yeah.
He put a dime on it like a coward. I'm sorry, 2,500 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to put? $100?
It'd be a $250,000. You'd have a $250,000.
That would have been nice.
I'm impressed.
I wasn't expecting him to get them all right.
Yeah.
13.
He should have the sunglasses.
My son?
Yeah, not you. How'd your upset alert go? Not well. How'd yours go?
Did we cover?
Not well.
Did the Cardinals cover?
Mine was close.
Both
of them were close.
Oh, close.
They were alerts.
Close.
They were literal alerts.
All right, we're starting with the Cowboys clobbering Cleveland. Micah dominated and overwhelmed the Browns squad. Myles Garrett's out in the pregame. Like, what are you doing? Get in the stadium, dude. Out there like bowling kegs with Donovan. Micah dominated and overwhelmed Brown squad. 9 pressures, 5 QB hits, 4 tackles, and a tip ball that led to an interception. Cowboys put up 33. Cowboys most pressures under Mike McCarthy, so this is more of a Mike Zimmer thing, but Mike McCarthy gets the credit on the graphic, as does Micah. Brew. It's time for our debut grade of the year. I'm excited. What grade are you giving the Cowboys?
Professor Broussard.
Well, first of all, am I the only one that feels like Mike McCarthy was talking to Jerry Jones? We say we won by 3 scores. You know, just let him know, hey, we went to a playoff team last year, won by 3 scores. But I'm not calling them a playoff team. So let me see. Let me see what the grade
are. They went to the playoffs.
But it's a new season.
It's a new.
So first of all, regular season game
does this.
And the Cowboys usually are great in regular season games. Not on the road, right? They've won, but they won 12 in the last 3 years. So check. Tomato can. With Deshaun Watson, I hate to say it, with Deshaun Watson at quarterback, the Browns are tomato
You had them as the best division
I had them finishing,
third,
but I had them finishing last. I had them finishing last. Okay. Pittsburgh third. So tomato can.
You had him in the playoffs.
Check.
I knew he was going to do this.
So the Cowboys is a regular season game that, it doesn't mean as much as, their big games. Against the tomato can, they did what I expected them to do. What they always do. They went out and play well, and we all picked them to win too. All right? Now, I'm not going to kill. They played well.
I'm not going to kill them.
I'm even going to give Zeke.
They dominated the game.
I'm going to give Zeke. Right, so I'm not going to kill him. Zeke actually looked pretty good. He was only 10 carries, 40 yards, but he looked better than I expected. That shows you how low my expectations were. But Zeke looked good.
So
Dak wasn't special, but this was a great pass. This touchdown pass to Brandon Cooks. If you see it right, like against pressure, just perfect pass. They got what Micah was great. 1 sack, 5 QB hits.
Do you agree that Dak, just while I was showing the video, they put it in ball control, kill the clock mode once it was very clear Cleveland was never going to move the ball at all?
Pretty
like that,
much.
He could have had more gaudier numbers.
He wasn't as efficient as you want.
He actually puts up big numbers when they lose.
But go ahead.
But I thought they looked good. So look,
so what's the grade?
There's
only
fair.
one grade that's
this is what I do. I don't. As much as I like teasing the Cowboys, I'm gonna be fair to the Cowboys.
Okay, good.
Get an A.
All right,
it was a great win.
Okay,
great season opening win.
So it's got to be A's across the board. The offense, including the much maligned running game that ran for 100 yards. They ran for 100 yards, Brew. They, as you said before, Zeke was fine.
Zeke was okay.
Rico Dowdle had his moments. They got the ball as two. We have to be fair. We can't mock the Cowboys all offseason, talk about those things, and then when Stephen Jones is like, hey, we're going to get the ball in CeeDee Lamb's hands on jet sweeps and other things, and they do and they work, we've got to be fair there. The defense was obviously spectacular. The special teams were the best in the league by a mile. While the whole world...
Chicago's was pretty good.
Chicago had a block punt, another team had a block punt, but I'm talking about... They had a punt return, and their kickers out here banging kicks was getting ready to kick a 70-yarder.
I was hoping to see that.
While you guys, I feel overvalue most running backs in the league and the importance of that position group, while undervaluing the kicker position group, because the Cowboys might have the best kicker in the league.
I buy that.
And I think that's going to matter. The coaching was excellent, most notably Mike Zimmer, who was like, you know what? I don't think Deshaun can handle any of this. And I do not think it is fair yet to call the Browns a tomato can. Now, I thought they were going to be one of the worst teams in the league.
That's what it is.
Right, but I don't think anyone is a tomato can yet except for Carolina and the Giants.
When do the tomato cans start? First of all, for all due respect, you are not in charge of tomato cans.
Right, but if you remember last year, you had to rescind a tomato can designation on the Rams because you thought they were
early on. The Cowboys demolished the Giants week 1, and Brew was like, tomato can alert.
I think it's
the Browns are they unless they switch quarterbacks.
Right, but here's I guess
their can is in the tomato can section.
Okay, I mean this is what the Browns defensively were though last year. If we can show you at home,
they were fine.
Last year at home, well, last year defensively they weren't fine. They were the best team in the league by a mile at home, and the Cowboys, I thought, kind of did what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so I think Dallas was the underdog in this game. Mike Zimmer was excellent. Mike McCarthy was great. Dak did not press because he had gotten the new deal.
True.
So this is the only grade they could receive, and I compliment Professor Broussard for giving it to him. What?
Oh, I thought you had more. I thought that was a preamble.
No. Do you want me to say more?
No,
I felt like
that was great. I'm ready.
I think they get an A. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great.
Let's get to the next.
Let's look at the numbers now.
Speaking of Professor Broussard.
Here we go. Here are the numbers behind Dak's big payday. 1 hour before kickoff. 2 classic 2s from me and Brew. 1 classic 3 from Nick. 4 years, $240 million from Dak. Here's the newest, highest paid quarterback in the league, Dak Prescott. I got to measure mine, too. We called that, too, Dak.
We told you, Dak.
We were influencing
It was coming.
Jones
All you
family.
had to do was be patient.
Yeah, we called that one. So classic 1s from us or classic 2s, but we've been calling
if you guys were eligible for those designations, it would be classic 2. Eventually, incontrovertibly correct, despite the best classic 2s are ones where people doubted them. And then they end up coming incorrect, which is why this is such a great moment for this show. Because you guys nailed that it would happen, and classic 1 on my end by nailing to the dollar how much it would be for. To the dollar. We have, I don't know, if you remember 5 months ago when I said to Kevin Wildes, it's not going to be barely beating Joe Burrow. It's going to be $60 million. And Wilde's like, he's worth 10% more. Yeah. And then Coach Mangini was skeptical, and I told him he will break every record, including Deshaun Watson's guarantee. And he beat it by $1 million.
Yeah, classic 1.
I even said the Cowboys were not offering him what they knew it would take to get done, which was beat Deshaun's deal and a deal that starts in the 60s. So, I mean, if we may, Brew, I said it would not get done before the start of the season. And if I'm not mistaken, when this got done, the season was 270 seconds done with. 2 of the 272 games had been played. So congrats to you guys for nailing the order of operations. And congrats to me for getting, the details that they had to hammer out for 5 months.
Wow. First of all, nice try.
What do you mean?
Nice try.
What do you mean?
Wow, you are way too soft.
Guaranteed. What?
Because in addition, first of all, I didn't see any evidence of what you just said about,
everyone knows it. Wildes, can you be an impartial witness
I remember that.
about me
you
saying
know what I have evidence of?
What do you
This! This!
What?
Nick Wright saying this!
Okay, go.
Dak Prescott still doesn't have a contract. I have not moved on this at all, ever. I do believe this will be Dak's last year in Dallas. And you, KW, I do believe said, I'm 100% sure. And then Brew high-fived you awkwardly and said, me too.
Wow.
Dak's deal, not done.
Not getting done.
Well, no one knows that.
You guys have a few hours before you're wrong and a few days before you're dead wrong. And listen, we're going to find out. I could be wrong. There, it's few and far between, but I have a few Category 3s on my record. What's that supposed to be? What's that?
Incontrovertible evidence
That feels
that
like
you
some
are
shaky
wrong.
editing.
Yeah.
And here's the deal.
There was like a flashback.
There's
there.
flash.
Wilds,
What's this?
and I hesitate to put
What
you
is
in,
this?
include you in here now that you're giving it. Wilds and I get an A+
We're back.
on this.
What?
And
This
Nick,
is what the
I'm giving you a
second
grade
grade
on the Dak Prescott contract.
Oh, wow.
F+.
F grade.
F+.
You get an F
Got you.
for the Dak Prescott contract.
Can I
Trying
say
to
something
make it
real
a
quick?
category 1.
Credit to both of you for sticking to your guns. It was awful dark on Friday, and you could have folded, and you didn't. And to be clear, while yes, of course, I obviously got the dollars right because I could do that for a living.
Yeah.
I was dead wrong that the Cowboys actually didn't want to sign Dak. Now maybe had Trey Lance not thrown 5 picks, it would have been different. But he did,
Your
and
guy.
Dak got this deal. We can talk later in the week whether or not we think this is a smart thing for the Cowboys. But you guys did.
This is what they do.
I mean, that's what you'd been saying all along. So you are
ridiculous.
You and I, Brew, we make a hell of a team. I can get the details,
numbers?
you get the sequence, all of it. What?
Tee you guys up.
Give
Right
high fives when somebody gets it right.
Can't do it yourself. We're done with Cincinnati. The better-than-you-think Patriots went into Cincinnati, made ourselves a Skyline chili sandwich.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I don't know. It's more.
You don't like chili dogs?
So just keep
Well, I made
going.
a sandwich.
Go ahead, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Sandwich, yeah.
I don't know. We grabbed 2 fumbles, stymied Joe Burrow, who threw for 164 yards, and it's not healthy, everybody. I told you that. I mean, I have some ideas.
Okay.
You didn't practice all offseason, and your quarterback's hurt.
Hold on. What evidence whatsoever do we have that Joe Burrow's hurt? I'm just curious.
Okay, can I flip it on you? What evidence do we have that Joe Burrow is healthy?
Everything he has said, everything the team has said.
Oh my goodness!
His
Well, if he
training
said it,
camp
well, he
schedule.
told me his calf was healthy last year.
No,
he
hold
said
on.
his calf.
But
he
we
was
knew
good.
his
to-
calf
Wait
was
a
in.
moment.
His wrist is not 100%.
Says who?
Says me.
Okay, see, so I think
He's had
that is.
bad
Listen,
games
I
before.
don't.
He was grabbing his wrist, moving. He's like, okay, is there any other quarterback playing basketball before the game to loosen up his wrist?
So
He's taking wrist precautions that we don't normally see. In the broadcast, he's doing his wrist a little bit. Look, I'm on
hold on.
hobble
Can I
watch.
ask you
I'm
a
on a
question
little
about
bit of
that?
wrist watch.
Wait, can I ask you a question
There
about
you
that?
go.
Do you think Dak's ankle is still hurt?
No.
Okay, he's taking precautions other guys aren't. He's wearing a walking boot when he goes deep sea fishing.
You don't tell me that. I'm a hobble watch.
I know. So I think there's a
Front page
difference between maintenance from. So I don't want to
Right,
get
maintenance
sidetracked.
from an
Maintenance
old
because of an injury.
Okay, can we go back to the graphic? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
we got kind of sidetracked.
Yeah.
The graphic that we just showed, the issue with his calf was he couldn't throw the ball down the field. Yeah. Under 10 yards yesterday, he was 18 for 23. 10 or more air yards, he's 3 for 6. It's the 4th fewest attempts.
So
attempts
can I
of
say
all
I don't
quarterbacks.
think that's an injury thing, Wilds.
Okay.
I think that's a no T Higgins out there thing.
Oh, how many? You got Jamar Chase.
I know. Hold on, buddy. I don't know why you're getting mad at me. Let me explain
I'm just saying
what
you
I'm
need
thinking.
2 number ones to throw the ball down the field as much as Gardner Minshew.
Wait, so I think that might be a problem for the Bengals.
Yeah.
I think that. So I don't think there's anybody outside of Cincinnati that has been over the last few years a bigger Joe Burrow advocate than me. You know, I fought about the Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow. This offseason I fought about Lamar versus Joe Burrow. I am not a Joe Burrow hater by any measure. And I think saying, oh, he's hurt, lets him off the hook and lets the Bengals off the hook.
Okay.
This is supposed to be the biggest layup on your schedule. Now, maybe the Patriots will go surprise all of us.
There's a little bit of
But give Gerard Mayo some credit.
Yes, sure.
Oh, that's coming up.
And we'll see what they turn into. But even if the Patriots are better than we expect, it's still a rookie head coach, a journeyman quarterback in week 1 in your building.
Yes.
And for you to step on this early season rake again, which is one of the reasons you haven't been able to get over the hump, is your home playoff games end in the wild card round every year when you make it. And we can show you what the Bengals are in Joe's career the first 2 weeks versus the rest of the year. First 2 weeks, they're awful and he's awful. And I love Burrow, but that's undeniable. And Wilds, yards per, he hadn't been hurt every year to start the season.
No, but he's hurt. So rookie year, you're a rookie.
No.
And,
okay, yeah.
right,
go
rookie
ahead.
year, you're a rookie, and you're a rookie. So that's that. Last year, he's hurt. In this year, he doesn't. I'll say this. I'll retract, take annulment. I will retract the fact that he's hurt. To my eye test, and the statistic, or just watching that game, he does not look like scary Joe Burrow. Remember when you do take like, I'm not scared. We're winning. I'm like, oh, they can't move the ball at all. Maybe the defense and Christian Gonzalez is just so good, but he does not look like old school Joe Burrow.
So if I may just quick before I go to you, Brew, the other issue to me that I'm not ready, it's not ready to panic in Cincinnati for me, someone that has him in the AFC Championship game. But I cannot overstate the importance of this year. Because I think we all know this is the last year with Higgins and Chase together. Not with either of them, with them together. We don't have a real reason to believe this franchise is going to operate at the cutting edge. And Jamar Chase, Brew, to me, is a simmering pot to watch all year. They decided not to pay him.
If they're losing games, I think he's going to get worse.
And so I just think, though, I think that all of a sudden, are they in a must-win week 2, which, by the way, is in Kansas City? Is that the spot the Bengals have found themselves in? Where they're in a must.
You think that's a must?
I'm asking.
I mean, like a little. I don't. Not a little. Obviously, we might do the must-win.
Yeah.
No, but they have
literally no.
Commanders, Panthers, Ravens, Giants. So they can come out 3-3.
But if you, I mean, I guess what I'd say is this: if you lose your home game to the Patriots, I'm not ready to say any game, oh, that's a definite W.
That's right.
Like, that's it. I'm sorry.
Panthers?
Maybe the Panthers. No, but that's in Carolina. Home for the Patriots is easier than in Carolina, I think. Just because.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the Patriots, Brew, we thought 48 hours ago might be worse than Carolina.
At least they have a defense.
We thought, that's fair.
We knew
but
they
go
had
ahead.
a defense. I'm with Nick. It's not time to panic. 0-2, 3 of Burrow's previous 4 years. Now, as you showed, he's clearly a slow starter, but they've made the playoffs 2 of those 3 years where they started 0-2.
Yeah.
The last 2 years they've done it. Next week, I want to see that before I'm ready to panic, and I don't expect them to beat the Chiefs. If they lose to the Chiefs, though, again, 0-2, this is what they do. But that division is so tough. And look, Justin Fields wasn't phenomenal, but Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh.
That's right.
And they're going to be tough. I mean, they're going to be tough to beat. And Burrow's 1-5 historically against the Browns. 1-4. Well, 1-4 against Baltimore, 1-5 against the Browns.
Sorry.
So no division game is a layup for them or a sure thing for them. And here's the out-of-division games they have, Nick. Obviously, Kansas City, Philadelphia. They're at Dallas. And they're at the Chargers, who looked pretty good yesterday in their win. So I do think that this is a year. I mean, I'm not on panic mode yet, but I'm watching. And I'll throw this out to you too, Nick. Burrow, you mentioned no T. Higgins. We're getting to the point where outside of Mahomes, what quarterback are you pointing to saying if he don't have his weapons? Because we always talk about this with Brock Purdy. But I'm like, Burrow didn't have T. Higgins.
Josh Allen yesterday
he looked good, but he threw for like 230.
Which yesterday
and he looked great
third in the league.
Right, and he's very efficient.
Good,
they're not throwing as much. He's just being efficient. But what quarterback consistently is going to put up huge numbers without his guy?
I said that about Mac Jones last year. You guys laughed at me.
Okay, you got to fold your Mac Jones.
By the way, Patriots are back, everybody. Dusty, how much time do we have?
10 seconds.
10 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
We
ran for 170 yards. We controlled the line of scrimmage. We had 9 more minutes of time of possession. Turnovers, we took 2, didn't give away anyway. Toughness at the end of the game. Did you read this report? Patriots players said, take them to the hill. I said, what does take them to the hill mean? At the end of practice, they're running up a hill. So they claimed that they were tougher, that they had more energy than the Bengals. Take them to the hill. Oh, we got a team identity again.
Going to get those 6
Patriots are back.
Drive for 5.
Drive for 5 or more.
This win makes the drive for 5 officially.
We're 20% of the way to our goal.
Exactly right, yeah.
Defense is good. Jacoby looks good. Smart football.
You should have picked them.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.